Hey, Ashley.
Oh, goodness, hey.
Sorry about that.
No, you're okay. Hello. Oh, Ashley. Hello, Ashley.
Hi.
How are you?
Just a heads up, the internet at my place is being worked on. So I'm trying to run a hotspot on my phone, and hopefully that will connect. I've never run Zoom with that, but hopefully that's going to work out.
Awesome. Well, Ashley, it's a pleasure to meet you over the phone. Welcome to the meeting.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, you too. Nice to meet you both, Skyler and Vincent. Nice to see you face to face.
Hello, and I'm Vincent. Pleasure to meet you.
Hey.
So real quick, there was an emergency at my day job, so they need me to come in. So I'm going to introduce you to my buddy I mentioned to you before, and then I'm gonna have to dip out. But like, he's, like I said in the email to you, he's my mentor, one of my best friends. Well, maybe not best friends, but we're working on it. We're getting there. He's teaching me everything he knows, and I'm trying to move forward with that. He's been entrepreneuring since he was 19, had a multi-million-dollar construction company. He owns a hockey institution out here. Like, he's done a whole bunch, so he's someone I'm really excited for you to get to talk to as well.
Cool.
Awesome.
Yeah, so this is, go ahead.
All right, cool. Well, thanks for that intro, Yoshi. When you need to hop off of here, you need to hop off of here. Ashley, I lost video connection with you, but can you still hear me just fine? And can you see my computer screen?
Yeah, I can actually see and hear you just fine.
Okay, there you are. Perfect. Awesome. I see you. So Yoshi, yeah. So Yoshi ended up having to hop off, and the main reason why is because he had an emergency at his day job. But I'm actually mentoring him in a program and with a business called World Ventures. And him and I met through a mutual friend who they were really good friends. And they said, man, you need to meet this guy. Yoshi was a really young, ambitious guy. And I said, well, I need to meet him. So we ended up meeting up with him and showing him, you know, what we do for a living. And we do it in the travel space. So that's what we're going to talk about today. Is I basically showed him how we can make money traveling, or, you know, just help bring value to the marketplace in travel. And so, Ashley, I guess first off, how do you know Yoshi, and you know, what can I add value in the travel space? I guess I want to get to know you before I just drop all this information on you.
Let me ask another question. What was the name of your business? You rattled it off really quickly.
World Ventures.
World Ventures. Cool. That was my first face-to-face meeting with him. His mother, Sherry Reader, is a client at Write and Power, where I work.
Okay.
It's a small transformational writing company that my aunt is an entrepreneur and started. I started working for her in February, but have kind of been alongside her journey as she's got going. And it just recently made sense for me to come onto the team. I do some logistics and admin stuff. I do virtual assistant work, which is harder with no internet. But we both travel a fair amount for pleasure as often as we can. And then she also leads retreats and has done them locally, but is really wanting to expand and even possibly look at an international space for that. We had been considering Mexico was kind of on our mind. And I have friends all over the world. So like I said, we both realize and value the experience of traveling. And I was not really super clear what you guys do. Sherry just had said, oh, you guys travel, I should connect you with my son. And that's kind of how this all went about.
Okay, absolutely. Well, what I want to do is I want to add value to the travel space. Now, you know, I did look up what you guys are trying to do, and you know, I've learned a lot about Samantha over the last couple of days. You know, because I want to add value to your guys' situation, and that's what business is about, right? Is adding value to the end users. So, a little bit about myself. I used to own a multi-million-dollar construction company named SkyWest Construction. I started that as Sky Carpentry when I was 19 years old in 2004, and by the time I was 28 years old, I made my first $1 million in business. And I don't say that to impress you. I just say that you know, I'm a go-getter. You know, if there's a way to make some money and bring value to the marketplace, I'm definitely going to find a way to do that. And 3.5 years ago, I went to a money-making conference because I was looking for ways to spend the money that I made and roll it into other investments. And have you ever heard of a book called The Millionaire Mind by T. Harv Eker?
It sounds vaguely familiar.
Okay. So The Millionaire Mind is basically about the millionaire mindset. And I went to an intensive conference, and I saw these people running around with this little "You should be here" sign. And I was like, what the heck is that sign? And, you know, I approached them, and they said, well, we actually travel around the world and we help people do that. And we also do this as a business. I said, that's really intriguing, because every person I meet, what's on their bucket list? Travel. It's one of the top 3 things. One of the top 3 things that I've also found out is, you know, that owning their own business is something that they strive for as well. Because most people understand, if you build your own dreams for yourself, then obviously, you know, you get a little bit more out of just working for somebody else. So, you know, when I was talking to them, they're kind of speaking my language. So I sat down with them 3 weeks later, and I was blown away, because I met a 24-year-old who was making 6 figures a year and was living a James Bond lifestyle. And I said, wow, if you can teach me how to do that, I'm open. I'm all ears. Because when I was working my construction company, yeah, I made a lot of money, but to be honest with you, I didn't have much of a lifestyle. I wasn't traveling. I wasn't doing anything. I was just working 100+ hours a week, and I was really hard to get a hold of. My wife barely even knew who I was, because I was always working. And so the reason why I share that with you is just to share your heart with me. I didn't do this just for the money. I did it for the lifestyle. I did it so I could have fun with my friends and family. And that was really important to me, because I was actually on the verge of losing all of that, because I had such a power career. And so, you know, obviously you're working with Samantha, and she's kind of a power career person. So you probably get a little bit of, you know, a feeling of what I was going through, you know, because I was in the exact same boat. You know, I had people working.
It's funny, because actually your ideals seem to line up with hers, where yes, she's growing her business and there's a lot that goes into that, but she also very much doesn't want to be all consumed with work and have it be that. She's really striving to seek the balance there.
Absolutely. And that's exactly where I was. And so people ask me, Skyler, why did you leave that behind? Well, I left it behind because, one, I saw an idea that was young, and I really wanted to participate in it, and I could always go back to construction. 2, you're exactly right, the balance of lifestyle. You know, what's all this money if you can't spend it, if you can't enjoy it, if you can't, you know, get involved in the community? I mean, I wasn't involved in the community. I didn't have time. You know, I had enough time to eat, sleep, and do business. That's it. So what we're going to share with you tonight, you know, I've shown to thousands of people. I have a very, very large organization. But, you know, if he strikes you, awesome. If not, no big deal. Like, no pressure, okay? I just want to run the information by you guys and see if it's something that we can add value to your situation. So I'm going to share my screen, okay? And then if you have any questions, please don't hesitate to, you know, what I want to say, you know, interject or ask a question, because I'm here for you. I'm not here just to sell you something, okay? First things first, I want you to write down 3 names because I want you and Samantha to look these guys up. These are some of my mentors in the business. They're kind of doing a lot of what you guys are doing with your company, which is in line with a lot of my morals and values, and helping people get their story out, get, you know, what happens in their life. It matters, and people need to hear about it. And I believe our company is in line with that. So what my first mentor I want you to write down is Johnny Wimbrey. Okay.
Can you spell the last name for me?
Wimbrey, I believe. I'm not the best speller in the world, so.
Me neither. That's why I was asking.
All right. Yeah, I was a C&D student. That's why I'm a business owner. So, and then the next name is Matt Morris. Okay, and Morris, I believe. Okay. And the last one is Jefferson Santos. Santos.
Yeah, I majored in Spanish. I got that one.
Oh, cool. So the reason why I had you write that down is these are 3 gentlemen that have the exact same style career that Samantha has, and has outside products of what we do. So they didn't have to give up what they currently do, but they were able to build a residual side income doing what we do, and create that lifestyle that they could choose to do that stuff rather than have to do that stuff. And most of them are world-renowned speakers. Most of them have multiple books, and most of them are high-income earners in what we do. And so what I'm going to share with you is a product, and there is a network marketing side of things. So have you seen network marketing before?
I'm kind of slowly being introduced to that idea. Marketing's kind of a foreign language to me.
That's fine.
In general. So yeah, newly introduced.
Okay, so you've probably been presented network marketing by a couple of your friends. A couple of companies that come to mind are maybe It Works. Have you heard of that company before?
Nope.
Okay, how about Herbalife?
That sounds familiar, but
Isogenics, Mary Kay.
oh, yeah. Okay.
So what it is you can be an independent distributor. When I go through that portion, if it's for you, awesome. If not, no big deal. I just want you to see everything, and then you can make a decision. It's kind of like a menu. You pick what you want off of it, okay? I'm going to hop into the presentation, so let me make my screen share here. All right, so first things first, one of the things that, share screen, one of the things that I really pride myself in is making sure that, you guys can see the value and it can add that value. So when I'm doing this, please do not hesitate to, ask any questions. And I apologize, I'm a little sick right now, so if I need to repeat something, let me know. But we're going to talk about innovation today. And one of the things that people haven't really paid attention to is the travel industry. We've all seen some of these big companies like Netflix, Uber, Skype change the industry. And what did they do? In basic plain language, instead of going into the deep stuff, what they've done, they've just taken all the pain points of their industry and they've rid their business of those pain points. For example, Uber is the largest taxi company in the world, but they don't own a single taxi. So what they did is they created commerce by somebody could use their own car to become a taxi service, and they took the end user and they married the two together with a seamless experience where you don't have to stand on the street corner anymore, right? You've used Uber, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So you don't have to stand on the street corner anymore. You know who your Uber driver is. You know what car they're driving. You know if they've got a three-star rating or a 5-star rating. So it takes all the pain points of travel in a taxi out of that type of service. And most importantly, you get to know what it costs before the taxi even comes and picks you up, right? So that's added so much value to people's lives. Well, what if we took our industry, travel, we flipped it upside down, shook it all around, and we spit out a product called Dreamtrips that did the same thing with travel. So what it does is it allows you to have all the pain points of travel, the nightmare of travel, deleted from your vocabulary. So wasted hours, expectation versus reality, great experience. Am I getting the best deal? Those are all questions that you ask yourself when you're traveling with any company. So right now, you guys are probably traveling with Expedia, Hotwire, Travelocity, or the airline itself or the hotel itself, right?
Yeah, usually.
Okay.
Airbnb instead of hotels, usually.
Okay.
Yeah.
Perfect. All right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to talk about the vacation side first, and then we're going to go into the day-to-day travel, okay? So the first things first, a lot of people really want to go to Disney. That's a big bucket list for most families. What were you saying? Ashley, did you say something?
Yeah. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Okay, good. I was just, sorry, I am getting internet connection messages, so I hope it doesn't cut out. Yeah, I was laughing at the Disney one just because I've been to both of them and always seems like such a disappointment.
Right. Well, and you spend so much money to go on those vacations, right? I mean, They get you coming and going either way. So what our company did was we partnered with some of those types of vacations that people really, really want to go on, and that's Disney. We've got 11,000 different vacations, but just for an example, for 2 people, we've got going down to Disney, staying at the Gaylord Palms. We've got 2 days of park hopper passes, daily buffet for breakfast included, and an airboat tour. And this is how much it would cost if you try to build it yourself, finding the best prices on the internet. So it costs you about $1,500 to go with 2 people for 3 days. Well, what we did was we signed a contract with Disney and with these establishments and said, hey, we want to send 20,000 people to you, and we want to buy it all cash money upfront, what kind of a deal can you give us? And so they packaged a 3-day deal to Disney for $538 per person. So what we did was we took that price of that trip. I meant to say $538 for 2 people. So we knocked that price of that vacation down to almost $1,000. So what does that mean? We've partnered with some of the biggest names in travel and made it so that you can get the group bulk buying discount, but you don't have to buy in bulk. You get options with 11,000 different vacation destinations. So World Ventures is based out of Plano, Texas. We were founded in 2005. We have over 700 employees that allows us to operate over 50 states and 27 countries. And something that's really cool is we're in the Inc. 5000 for the 5,000 fastest growing companies in the United States. We're actually number 600 and something. What's really cool is that means that we're really making some waves. We're creating a lot of jobs, and we're also creating a product that people really want. Direct sales news, we're number 32 in the world, number 22 in the United States. And what does that mean? We're playing ball with Mary Kay, Amway. You've heard of a lot of those companies. Those companies are old news. A lot of people know who they are. If I went out in the street and yelled out Mary Kay, everybody know what you're talking about, whether you're a male or a female. But if I were to go out and talk about World Ventures, nobody knows who the heck we are, but we're playing ball with the big names. And so I think that's a really pivotal moment to be a part of a company like this and even be a customer. So our product is Dreamtrips. And have you seen that You Should Be Here sign before on any of your Facebook or Instagram?
I feel like I have, yeah.
Cool. Yeah. Well, that sign is going viral all over the world. And what it's saying is just like this picture says, this is a family that went on their first ski trip. And, you know, without this company, they wouldn't have been able to get the whole entire family to go. So when they had an opportunity to take a picture, they said, you should be here. You should be here enjoying this moment. And that's what's really cool about this company. Our company was designed to get your friends and your family together on a trip and creating those memories before it's too late. Okay? So Dreamtrips is a couldn't build it yourself vacation if you tried at the price that we've quoted you. So we get 4- and 5-star vacations at 2- and 3-star prices. We get 5,000 trips a year at a minimum. This last year we had over 11,000 trips on our website and on an app that you can pick and choose from, okay? We handle all the reservations. This includes spouse, significant other. Don't bring them both at the same time. You'll get in trouble. I'm just kidding. All right. But here's the deal. Anybody in your family is included in a membership with Dreamtrips, so they get access to that too. So first things first, we offer you the best price guaranteed, or we're going to send you on the trip for free. And you have 7 days after booking one of our trips to go and find a better price, apples for apples, okay? The reason why we can do that is because we offer a membership. So just like Sam's Club and Costco, we offer a small monthly membership that allows you to be a part of a co-op. And instead of buying bottles of water like Sam's Club, instead of buying bottles of water like at 7-Eleven for $2 a piece, you can go to Sam's Club with a membership and you can buy 40 bottles of water for $3.45. The reason why is because of bulk. So we took that exact same concept and we put it towards travel. Our promise to you is you're getting the best price. The experience is going to be VIP treatment, okay? This isn't just a cheap vacation. We can all agree we can get to Mexico for $500, but that's not the point here. We can get you to Mexico for $500 for 5 days, all you can eat, all you can drink, and you're going to have your excursions included, and you're going to have VIP parties. You're going to have an experience that you can't find anywhere else, okay? Every one of our trips will have a host, and they're there to make sure that you have a great time. They're there to make sure that, you know, if you have an issue or a problem, you don't have to worry about calling a 1-800 number. You have somebody there on staff to be your concierge. We offer 3 different packages. I'm going to go over the differences, but we have a Dreamtrips Gold and Platinum, and then a standard package as well. And this allows you to earn your way to a vacation. So something that I really want you to hone in on while I'm giving you this is our mission statement is kind of a funny mission statement, but it's so true. We want you to someday say, you still pay for your vacations? You know, that's really what we want to do, is get you guys to go on some amazing trips. So for your first 90 days, we're going to even discount some more of your trips. So maybe instead of being a $500 trip for 2 people, it'll be $200 for 2 people. So for your first 90 days, you'll have access to our trips for a discounted rate. So here's kind of an example of one of our trips. We've got a new member price, so $249 per person. All right, so if 2 people were to go on that trip, obviously you'd be paying $500, but it's a 4-day, 3-night stay, and that's daily breakfast included. You get tickets to a Broadway show, and I do know that there is a what I want to say, a surprise activity, which is going to see the Statue of Liberty and maybe even an art show. So that's all included in there. Now, everything that you spend on your membership will turn into points. So you'll see right here where it says apply 50 points. You can actually apply $50 of your membership towards this trip. By the way, your membership isn't going to be $3,000. I promise you that, okay? So there's not going to be any bait and switch here. So 4 days, 3 nights to Vegas. This is a trip that a lot of people would like to go on. We've got $279 per person or $399 per person after your 90 days. Now, what's included is you're going to get your hotel stay. You're going to get transfers to and from the airport. You're going to get tickets to a show. You're going to have your daily breakfast included. We're going to make sure that you get your value out of this trip. Now, you can apply up to 100 points. So that means that instead of going for $400, you're actually going for $300 because the money that you spend on your membership goes towards the actual vacation itself. So this is a vacation that's near and dear to my heart. In 2014, my wife and I went on this trip, and for 5 days and 4 nights, we stayed at an all-inclusive luxury resort. This is a 4-diamond resort. I didn't know those existed until I was a part of something like this. I didn't know what a 1,400 square foot suite was like. I didn't know what it was like to have a pillow menu and have a massage therapist come up to your room and give you a massage in your own little room inside of your room. So it was absolutely amazing. This is a $1,000 a night hotel if you were to stay without us. And for 2 people, we've got it for $1,300. So instead of paying $4,000 to $5,000 on that vacation, my wife and I went for $1,300 plus. We could apply those points. We actually went for $1,100 for 5 days, 4 nights. All you could eat, all you could drink, top shelf, everything, private beach access. We got to swim with sea lions. It was absolutely amazing. The type of place we were at, excuse me, was amazing because we got to hang out with the Indianapolis Colts. Almost their whole entire team was there. Dave from Property Wars was there. So this isn't just a cheap vacation. This is going to be a once in a lifetime style trip for pennies on the dollar. So I'm going to kind of go through the rest of them pretty fast because you get the idea, don't you? This is going to be an amazing vacation. Huh?
No, I was just saying, yeah, that's great.
Awesome. So, we've got a San Francisco wine tasting trip for $349 per person. Now, it's not $349 a night. That's $349 per person for the whole trip. We've got a cruise for 6 days, 5 nights, which is a floating buffet for $249. So for
That's
2 people.
Amazing.
Yeah. So what we did was with Carnival Cruise Line, Caribbean Cruise Line, Princess Cruise Line, Norwegian Cruise Line, we'll call them up and say, hey, we want 100,000 cabins this year. What kind of a price can you give us? And so that's how we get those prices. We pay for them cash money up front. So they don't have to do any of the marketing. They don't have to do any of the work to fill the room. It's our jobs as a company to fill the room, okay? So we've got, people love to snowboard and ski. We've got some amazing trips all across the United States. Actually, this is my buddy Donnie. When he went on this trip, he was a platinum member, and he actually got that snowboard for being a part of the trip. So we'll throw perks in there that oftentimes you may not even know that you'd be getting. We've got 8 days, 7 nights to Greece. We've got so many of these Greece trips, but this is 8 days, 7 nights. If I remember right, some of these trips also have some private yachts, and I'll have some stuff included. These are my best friends, Kyle and Stevie. Over the last 3.5 years, I've been on over 30 vacations with these guys. They're some of my best friends, and it's cool that they're on the presentation. But yeah, you got Maui, Hawaii for $2,300. If you were to look up the Sheraton Maui for 6 days, you'd just in the hotel itself, you'd spend close to $3,000. So most of our vacations are going to be anywhere from 50 to 75% off, and you're going to have 11,000 options. We do sporting events. We do hunting and fishing. We do any type of trip you've ever thought of. Backpacking trips through Europe. We've got, landmark trips. So if you've ever wanted to go to the Grand Canyon or, any type of those types of trips, we have those, okay? We also have a World Ventures Foundation where a lot of our celebrities are getting involved. where you can actually go and take a trip and give back. So you don't have to be a part of a church organization or maybe even a large philanthropy organization. You could be a part of World Ventures, be a part of our organization, and save money on your trip and also give back. So one of the things that we do is we'll do volunteers where we can build bottle schools in Guatemala. And those bottle schools is an $1,100 trip or a $1,200 trip, my bad, for 7 days, 6 nights, and you get to go build a school out of bottles. They don't have a trash system, so we stuff all the trash in the bottles and go build a school, and you can go and do philanthropy work. This trip through a church here locally that I work with called Christ Community, they wanted $4,000 for the exact same trip to go and do that, and you had to raise the funds. Here, we've got an amazing program where you can go and do more of that philanthropy, because now instead of paying $4,000 for one trip, you can go to do 2 or 3 of these trips now. So I think that's a blessing, and a lot of people really like this program. We've built 75 schools in Guatemala year to date already. And so this is something that a lot of our business owners like to get behind because they need tax write-offs. They love to give back, and they need a vehicle to do that. And this is something that, you know, maybe you and Samantha could get a group of people and sponsor a school and go use it as a you know, some sort of like a, you know, a building, you know, team building exercise where you guys can all go have an, you know, amazing experience and get to know each other a little bit better. So there's some really cool stuff that we can do there. Before I go into that, I want to tell you about a guy named Dale. He's we call him Mr. Bucket List. If you want to look him up, they call him Mr. Bucket List. And he is he's a speaker that's working on becoming a world-renowned speaker. He is in my business, and I help him grow this. He has a large following because he mentors people as well, just like you and Samantha. And so what he does is when he wants to go and do a trip, instead of doing all of the booking and legwork to get, you know, maybe 20 people to go to a location, he'll find a dream trip, tell them which one he's going on, and then they can all go on the dream trip together, and then he can work with them based on whatever he wants to do. So it won't be that she has full reign over those trips, but she could get everybody on one of those trips and not have to do all the legwork, okay? Mm-hmm. So we do have a gold membership. So what you just saw, everything was included in the standard. Gold takes it up a notch. Every member gets their own booking engine, but as a gold member, you'll actually be able to earn a commission toward your next travel. So you're not a travel agent. You're not here to book other people's travel. They can book it on your website, on your booking engine, but that's not really what we're designed for. What we're designed for is if you need to book a flight, hotel, or rental car, these are going to be net rate prices, okay? So instead of Expedia, Travelocity, or some of these hotel sites, they're going to get a commission every time that you book on there. We don't charge that because we make all of our money on the membership. And so you're going to get at least 10 to 20, maybe even 30% off on flights, hotels, and rental cars. We have a thing called Rovia Price Pledge. And what that means is if you find a flight, hotel, or rental car or vacation home under the, we see where it says vacation rentals. We have the same thing as Airbnb, where you can stay 7 days at a discounted rate. What those are is they are going to be a timeshare that somebody couldn't make it to. And so we just pay the service fees, not the timeshare. Okay, so this isn't timeshares, but we exploit them. So it's really good value for us. Yeah, really cool. But what I was going to say about Rovia Price Pledge is if you find one of those and you find it cheaper on another website, we'll pay you back 150% of the difference so that it makes it worth your time. Okay, what's the point of having a membership if you're not getting the best price, right? Cool. So this is something that's really cool. I used this in my construction business until I went full-time with World Ventures. So what I did was Home Depot and Lowe's was one of the online retailers that I could go to. We have everything from, excuse me, from Office Max to Office Depot to, you know, any type of clothing brand, you name it. We've got over 4,000 stores on here, Best Buy, you name it, we do it. And you can earn a commission every time that you shop at any one of these sites. So just recently, I needed tires for my BMW, and they only have run flat tires. Well, those tires were $1,200, and I got 6% of my purchase back towards my next flight, hotel, rental car, or Dreamtrip. So by shopping on these sites, we're getting these large businesses to actually start paying for our vacations. So this is something that you guys could do. Start shopping through your own online website, have it shipped to your front door, and then you could start earning flights, hotels, and rental cars towards every time that you need to go somewhere or need to go, have a workshop or anything like that. So this really helps people travel much sooner. We can also earn our way to vacations by eating. You guys are out in California, right?
Yeah.
Where at in California are you guys at?
We're in the Bay Area. I'm actually in Oakland and she's in Marin.
Okay, cool. So out in the Bay Area, we have a pretty big following. This is actually pretty untapped out in the Bay Area. The largest leader out there, his name is Terry Camp. And if this is something you guys want to do, I could definitely get you introduced to Terry Camp. He's almost $1 million earner in this concept. Very, very well-respected business owner here. But what he's doing is he's spearheading probably this program out there, which is you can dine your way to a vacation. So could you imagine walking into a restaurant and maybe for 4 of you, you spend $100 on a meal. You pull out your app, you take a picture of your receipt, and you take a QR code, and you get 40% or 30% or 15%, whatever that restaurant wants to give you, they will give you a percentage of your bill towards your next vacation. And so you can use those points. A point equals $1, $1 equals a point, and you can use that towards a vacation. So you can actually earn your way to a dream trip.
And what's the app called?
It's called Dreamtrips. And so when you become a member, you'll have access to that.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I see. This is all still part of the access. Okay.
Yep. So as a member, you will get everything that you're seeing, even as a standard member, but as a gold or a platinum, you'll be earning more points. Okay. So anytime that, if you go on an amazing vacation with us, if you go on an amazing vacation with anybody, you're going to come home and everybody's going to ask you, how was it, right? Or the week before you left, you're going to tell everybody that you're going on a vacation. And so when I saw this portion, I was pretty excited about it because I knew I was going to share my vacation experience with people. And the question was going to come up, well, how much did you pay for it? And so when I told my friends that I went to Playa del Carmen for 5 days, all you could eat, all you could drink, zip lining, swimming with the dolphins, all that was included for $529. They asked me, how in the heck did you do that? And so I referred them to become a member. And each time you refer a member, you can actually get points based on the different memberships that they refer them as. So if I referred this to you, Ashley, I would get 100 Dreamtrips points towards my next vacation. If I get to 3,000 points within a year, that's called executive status. And now my dream trips don't have a price on them. I can pay for the whole entire dream trip out of points.
Wow.
Okay, so do you see how we get people to say, do you still pay for vacations? Mm-hmm. So if you sign up, let's say 30 gold members, you would have 3,000 points. I've done that already this year, and I've already been on 6 dream trips this year, and none of those I had to pay for. I've earned every single one of those. So I've been able to vacation with my wife and create amazing memories on the company's dime. Okay, so you can shop your way, you can dine your way, you can refer your way to a vacation. Again, 1 point equals $1, $1 equals a point. We have an amazing concierge service. This would be something that I think that any busy business owner or thriving upcoming business professional would love to have. 24-hour personal assistant. So if you need to get flight information, if you need a wake-up call with a motivational quote, dining reservations, driving directions, price comparisons. This is a big one. I like giving gifts to people, but I don't like just on the whim just say, okay, this is what I want to do. So I can actually have them do research for me and say, hey, I got 15 people on my team in my organization. I want to give them a gift. What kind of a cool gift can I give them for $15 per person? And they will actually go and find that and send me an email and let me know what I can buy in that price range. So these guys will do some really cool work for you. They'll set tea times. They'll set dinner reservations. It's absolutely amazing. So your imagination is your only limit with this concierge service, okay? So here's where we get into the money. So to become a member, it's a one-time fee. It's either 100 initial one time for a standard, 200 initial for a gold, or 300 initial for a platinum. Now you pay that one time. You'll never pay that again unless you quit being a member and you want to jump back on board, okay? You pay a monthly fee, and that monthly fee allows you to be a member. But what's cool is that initial. So I'm just going to talk about gold, okay? Excuse me. A gold member will give you $200 towards your next vacation. So you saw that one where I was talking about going to Nuevo Vallarta to the 4-Diamond Resort. You could use 200 points on that trip. Your initial fee will be a down payment towards your next vacation. So what we're doing is we're putting your money in the pot. We buy down the vacation, and then we give you the money back so that you can use it towards a vacation. So you're just putting a down payment towards your vacation, okay? We're taking money from one pocket, putting it into another. You can't spend those points on buying a hamburger, right? But you can spend them within our website, okay? Now that $49.99 to $50 a month, after your anniversary date, you would get 600 points towards your next vacation. So that accrues over 1 year, and then you get 1 year to use those points. So we're actually essentially forcing you to take a vacation. So dang it, we want you to get somewhere, right? Now, my wife and I were platinum members. By no means am I here to upsell you. You pick what membership fits your lifestyle. The reason why I'm a platinum member, though, is for the ID resolution. So if my identity is ever stolen, it's taken care of. The roadside assistance, so my wife is not changing the tire on the side of the road. That's really big. I'm sure you guys have a ginormous highway, and you don't want to deal with that, right? We got teledoc, which is telemedicine. So that teledoc allows you to not have to go to a doctor's appointment or have to have a copay. You can call in and get medication. I actually called in yesterday and got my prescription, because you can obviously tell I'm a little under the weather, but I didn't have to go and spend 2 hours in the doctor's office to get that. So that was really beneficial. You can apply more points to your trips. And last but not least, on any of our trips or any of our bookings off of our booking site or off of our Dreamtrips, if you are hurt or if you need any type of emergency evacuation, we've got you covered up to $50,000 on any of our trips. Okay, so we take all the pain points out. Literally within 5 minutes, you can book one of our vacations. So if you've ever wanted to go to the Super Bowl, we've got that. You want to book a bottle school trip, we've got that. You want to go watch penguins in Antarctica, we've got that. If you want to go do the tourist thing in China and go see the Great Wall and the Forbidden City, we've got that. All you have to do is pick which one you want to take, book it within 5 minutes, and you're on that trip. So we made it so travel is very, very accessible, okay? Any time that you spend any type of monthly initial or any initial or monthly, that'll go into points. We already covered that. But something that's really cool with us is we have an amazing referral program. If you refer 4 people to this club as just a member, you can actually waive your monthly fee. So if you got family members that want to travel with you, you got some friends that you want to travel with you, they're going to ask you, how was your vacation? You can share this concept with them. And if you don't want to do the business side, you can just refer them over to me and I would sign them up for you, just like Yoshi right now. So if you were to do this, I would work with you as if you're Yoshi's person, and that would help him waive his monthly fees, okay? So any questions on that?
Within a month, and it waives that for 1 month?
No, once you get 4, you pay no more. So if it takes you 4 weeks, your monthly fees are waived as long as they remain active customers. If it takes you a year, it takes you 1 day. It's up to you.
So that's like the end of monthly fees for all time?
Yep, and then you still get that $50 a month in your travel points, and that's our way of saying thank you for bringing 4 new customers to our business.
Cool.
Yeah, so my wife and I, we waived our 4 in the first week, and literally how I did it was very, very simple. I just called up a couple of my buddies, and I said, hey, you want to get the heck out of Dodge? And they said, yeah. I said, well, I can't get out right now, but in 6 months from now, do you want to go on a really cool vacation? I found a way to get to Playa del Carmen for $529 for 5 days. All you could eat, all you could drink, zip lining. Tulum is involved in that, swimming with the dolphins. That's all included. Would you want to go with me? And they were like, heck yeah, I've never heard of that before. I said, well, let me come over to the house. We'll have a beer. I'll explain it to you. And in 4 days, I waived my fees.
Wow.
So very simple. One of the things that I love about this concept is, I'm sure you've seen, now that I'm kind of explaining this and I've kind of gone over the whole Mary Kay thing, you've probably seen some network marketing, and there's some great products out there. But I'm going to be honest with you. I had trouble being the energy drink guy. I had problems being obviously the makeup guy because I don't wear makeup, right? So it's really hard for me to build a business based on that. It was hard for me to be the coffee guy because I'm not that passionate about coffee. But one thing that I wanted to do more in my life was I wanted to travel. And so when I saw this as a business opportunity, I said for the next 3 to 5 years, I can get excited about that. And that's what being in business to become successful, that's what you need, right? You got to have passion for what you do because not every day is going to be sunshine and rainbows. So when I saw this, I was like, I could have no overhead. I could refer my friends and go have an amazing time with them. And really at the end of the day, I don't think I'm ever going to get sick of, doing amazing things around the world and creating new experiences. So I said, well, I'm going to listen to what they have to say about the business side. So before I go on to that, are there any questions on the membership that I can help clarify anything with you?
No, I think I'm on board with that. I think I understand how that works.
Cool. It's all pretty easy. And for the most part, it's pretty much a no-brainer. These are some of my really good friends. They were able to go on an amazing trip down to Phoenix, Arizona. And this is actually a Valentine's Day trip. And you could do a hot air balloon for you and your sweetie. So it was really cool. Now this next portion is not for everybody. And one of the reasons why I'm very successful in this company is because I'm not looking for everybody, okay? So Ashley, if this portion is not for you, just tell me, okay? Because I want somebody who can see themselves as a business owner. They have long-term vision and they can see themselves, being a part of this for the next 3 to 5 years, okay? I don't want somebody who's just gonna dip their toe into it and be out of it, and then create a bad name for the industry. And I just say that because, you don't know me from anybody, and I want you to understand that I'm not here just to get anybody and everybody. I'm here to find the right people, and that's how we've put over 3,000 people into the system, and I've got over 3,000 customers worldwide, okay? Is because I don't believe in let's go sign everybody up. I believe in let's help everybody travel, but on the business end, let's find the ones that have vision for their success and want something more out of life, okay? So large travel industry, what I found when I researched this company was travel is the largest industry in the world. It's bigger than oil and gas. It's bigger than financial. It's the biggest industry. It takes travel to do every aspect of business. And it's an $8 trillion a year industry. In our company, if we capture about 1% of that market, that's an $80 billion a year company. And we're 10 years in. And this year, we will do our first billion in business.
Wow.
Okay. So somebody has to override all of that. We're well on our way. And within the next 3 to 5 years, this company will become a household name, just like Uber, just like Netflix. Because once people understand that we've taken the pain points out of travel and it's a better deal and a better experience, they're going to be jumping on board left and right. I mean, who doesn't want to eat their way to a vacation, right? So that's something that I thought was really cool. Secondly, it's a home-based business with low overhead. Working with Samantha, I'm sure you understand what it takes to own and operate a business, right? It's not no walk in the park. It takes a lot of overhead to make them operate. Just operating a website can be a few $1,000s a month, depending on what type of website you have. So when I saw this, I thought it was a great franchise for me to do something with. We are the leader in direct sales, and it's a social way to buy. When I saw this, I'm gonna be honest with you. If I were to tell you that I would be doing this full time and that I would be working towards making 6 figures a year by traveling the world, I'd be lying to you. I did this as just a plan B. I did it as a way to have some fun. My wife and I can make a little side income and make some residual income. And that's the reason why I did this. So I could have a paycheck coming in, whether I got out of bed or not. But I didn't know that it was going to make it. So I was going to sell my construction company. So to be part of the franchise, it's $100 one time and $20 a month. Once you get 4, you pay no more on your monthlies as well. So that was something that I was really intrigued by, because it wasn't like I could go build 4 homes and then I didn't have any more monthly overhead. It's not like, my electricity bill at my office went away, So to have a business that had no overhead, that was a brilliant concept, and I could definitely get behind that. So if you're 18 to 25, we actually discount that. It's $25 one time and $7 a month. The reason why we do that is because statistically, most college students aren't finding jobs in their career field, and so they're having trouble. So we like to, give them something that they can work on and amass some wealth while they try to find a job that they want to work in. So this is a great opportunity.
I wish I was in that age bracket still.
Oh, really? Well, I thought you were, so that's why I said it. So I'm 31, so I had to pay for this, and I gladly would, because I never knew that paying such a small amount for something like this could end up yielding the results that it did. And I'm going to be honest with you, the blessing of this is it costs a couple $100 to get started. The downside of this is it costs $100 to start this. Okay, and so what does that mean? For a couple $100, the output, the ROI, the amount of money you could make doing this is astronomical, and you would absolutely be mind blown to see how much money some of these people have made. On the other end, it's only a couple $100, which means some people just don't take it serious. And so if you treat it like a business, it will pay you like a business. If you treat it like a hobby, it will cost you like a hobby, okay? And if that's the point, then maybe, anybody that you come across to yourself, maybe it'd be better to be a business, or not be a business owner, but just be a customer and get value from that. One of the reasons why I've become so successful in this concept, and I've been able to get 1,400 representatives around the world, amassing wealth and creating a business that they can take a lot of pride in, is our system. One of the reasons why I was really drawn to this business was because in 10 years, it took me 10 years to make my first $1 million in this concept, or in construction. For me to teach that to somebody else, it would take 10 years. And I don't know if they would stick around that long. I don't know if they have the drive to do what I did for 10 years. But within literally a couple of hours, I could teach you and Samantha how to do this on a very part-time spare time business, maybe a couple of hours a week, and working with somebody like me who could pick up the ball and run with it when you don't have time, and do meetings like this over the computer. I could definitely plug people into the system, and now you've created a business that you're insignificant to because of the system. Why is McDonald's, Taco Bell, Subway one of the most sought after business models out there? Is because of the franchise. It costs $100,000 to have those letters on that building, but it's the system that allows them to become some of the most lucrative franchises. It may not be the best food on the market, but can we agree? In 5 minutes, a customer can be helped, and an 18-year-old, high school student can run that store. So that's what I love about this concept, is you don't have to be the brightest and smartest. You just have to be somebody who's willing to follow a system that's allowed me to become financially free, and a lot of my mentors as well. So part of the business system is a website that allows you to do business. Now, I like to do a one-on-one presentation, especially with you, Ashley, because you don't know me from anybody. So this allows you to learn a little bit about me. It also allows me to interact with you. If you and I were best friends and we were across country, I'd probably have you watch a video because you know who I am, and you would know and trust me a little bit more. And so I would actually have you go to my website, and in 15, 20 minutes, you would get the gist of what I'm doing, okay? Where you can do business in all 50 states and also in 29 other countries. So sitting here on this computer, the reason why I have Zoom set up is I do business out of Australia, South America, Germany, and this has allowed me to be able to go international and earn a residual income that when I go to bed at night, people are waking up around the world sharing this concept. And a lot of times I wake up in the morning to more money than I know what to do with. And so I love helping people, from their own home, create a business where they can do business anywhere in the world. So how do we build a profit? First thing is, first 3 people that you enroll, you're going to make $100 cash. Okay, we're not getting rich by any means, but that makes it so you can start turning a profit. So your first 3 people, you're going to make $100. I did this with home parties. So what I did is I called a couple of my buddies to come over, just like I told you, and they came over and watched it. And in the first 3 days, I made $100. Now I didn't make all my money back, but $100 was a great start. The next couple of nights I did the same thing, and I got my 4 and I paid no more. And so my business fees were waived. And then I did that again, and I got 6 total people in my first week. I made $250 cash. Again, we're not getting rich, but we made our money back. We're having some fun talking about travel. And this is based on gold members, by the way. Now you can hit this bonus as many times as you want in a 28-day period. The way I look at this is, if it took me an hour to show each person and I made $100 for 3 people, I made $33 an hour for a part-time, spare-time gig as a business owner. I thought that was a pretty great return on investment. Then what happened was I got those 6 people to buy into the vision of talking about travel and having some fun and building a lucrative business. And I taught them how to just go get one of their friends involved, somebody that they want to travel with. I always tell people, think of the friend that if you won tickets to your favorite singer-songwriter and you got VIP tickets off a radio show, who would you invite? That's the person that we would go and share this with, because it's who you're going to want to travel with anyways. So we teach those 6 to go get one. And here's a team bonus called a lifestyle bonus. If you get 12 gold memberships in a calendar month, either you put them in or your team puts them in, we'll cut you a 10% check of what you've created as a business. So you've created $3,000 in sales, we give you a $300 check. You can max out that bonus every single month up to $900. So my wife and I have 3 of these bonuses. They pay me $900 a month to drive a BMW of my choosing. Doesn't have to be a BMW. I'm old school. I got involved before this bonus was to get 12. It was actually harder back in the day. And then what's really cool is the other one, we have a truck that's paid for cash money by this company. And then my 3rd bonus I give to my mom. My mom's a single mom who works 3+ jobs just to get by. And, she's never learned how to make money. And she's one of the driving forces of me becoming an entrepreneur. And so when I was able to create a bonus that allowed her, to help pay her mortgage, I love that I could give that to her. So that's why we have 3 of those bonuses. Now, this is the main reason why I got involved with the company. The bonuses, the cars, that stuff's nice. But for me, residual income was what it was all about. So do you fully understand what residual income is?
Is that different or the same as passive income, where you're not actually taking action, but you have money coming in?
Great question. Passive income is exactly what you said. You allow your money to work for you, or you allow a system to work for you where you don't have to be there. Residual income, the best way I can explain it is you bring so much value to the marketplace, you still continue to get paid on what you did 3 years ago. So maybe a songwriter like Michael Jackson, he's in the ground, right? He's no longer with us, but his son Blanket will make over $100 million this year because of what his dad created 30 years ago with songs like Beat It and, The Thriller, that kind of stuff. So whether or not he's alive, he still makes money because it's something that he created that still brings value to the marketplace, okay? So residual income is just passive income on steroids, okay? So first things first, the first round of residual income is you get a 2-team system here. Everything I talked to up to this point, you could actually work on 1 team, okay? Now, why is there 2 teams? So you can pass me up. Actually, one of the things I hear in network marketing all the time is it sounds like one of those things where the guy at the top makes all the money and the people at the bottom get screwed. And a lot of times people, they're just ignorant to the business. And so I do a really good job of educating them. The reason why we have a 2-team system is so you can pass me up. I may have a 3.5-year head start on you. The only difference is I've done more of these meetings than you have. That's the only difference. I'm not any different. I'm not smarter. I'm not special. I'm just a guy who pushed plan a video or brought people to a presentation like this more than the person who's just got started, okay? So that's the only difference. It's equal opportunity here. I have people on my team that make more money than me, okay? That's something that I really pride myself on, because I help them get further than myself. And what's great is it'll catch up in the long run anyways. So when you get to 30 members on the right, 30 members on the left, we're going to cut you 8% of every monthly due of all the members that are in your organization. Okay? So whether you get out of bed or not, whether you sign up any more people, as long as you have 30 people on your right and 30 people on your left, we're going to continue to pay you as long as you're at that rank at 8% of every monthly due. Okay, so this was appealing to me because when I started my construction company, I had to always look for new clients every single month. Doing this, I didn't have to go find new clients. I could share it with them one time, make sure that they have a great experience, make sure that they got all their needs met, and I could get paid every single month on the work that I did even 3 years ago. Okay, now as this grows, oh, I hit the wrong button. As this grows, your income will grow. So the average income at 90 right and 90 left, the average income is about $1,300 a month. I did this very, very spare time, part-time. I did this about 1 to 5 hours a week. I didn't have a lot of time. I was really, really busy with my construction company. So to be able to make $1,300 a month, spare time, part-time, was an absolute blessing. And it made it so that I could start not having to take as many jobs. And then when my wife and I hit marketing director, we hit 200 right, 200 left. The average income here is about $4,000 a month. You're talking about an extra $50,000. My wife and I still did this on a part-time basis. This is when I decided to go full-time because I wanted to go and make 6 figures with this company. I also wanted to be a speaker for the company and add value to people's lives based on my concepts and my business knowledge. One of the things that I love about this concept, and hopefully you and Samantha will really like about this concept, is that for whatever membership and business people choose, we can mentor them and not have to charge them an astronomical fee, but we still get paid off of the work that they create and the memberships that they sign up. So not only do I get to create a lucrative business with over 1,400 representatives that I currently have, I get to mentor, inspire, and teach them my business ways without having to charge them an extra fee to be their mentor. And that's something that's very, very valuable because when I write my book at the beginning of the year, I will already have influence in a market that people will want to hear what I have to say. So this was another launch pad for something bigger later down the road, okay? So, and by the way, most network marketers you see this from, they're gonna try to get you just to sign up. I wanna be your business partner, I wanna be your mentor, and I wanna add value to your life, not just in travel, but on the business side. I want you to have a better life because you know, okay? So that's something that I've prided myself on.
Can I interrupt and ask a quick question about these figures?
Yes.
Are these people that are just signing up for the gold membership, or are these people that are signing on to the business side of it as well?
The business side as well. So you don't have to be a member to be a business owner. You don't have to be a business owner to be a member. Those two are completely separate, okay? So these are people that have decided they want to make money repping this concept to their friends, their family, or like myself, I do some pay-per-click advertisement and SEO stuff, and so I'll get some leads that come in that way as well. So you can market it however you want. It's your business. Okay, does that answer your question?
Yeah.
Cool. Just want to make sure. So how do we get people to become very successful and start from ground up, get their fees waived, get their money back, and then also create a lucrative business? We have world-class training. This is Mark Aceta. He's my mentor. He's somebody that I owe my life to. Before World Ventures and becoming our lead trainer, he owned an organization of over 600,000 representatives. All right, so this guy knows how to lead thousands and hundreds of thousands of people. And when I go to trainings with him, he teaches me how to become a better leader, mentor, friend, soon-to-be father, and husband. And that's increased everything in my life, not only in that, but in this business as well. So we teach you everything that you need to know to become successful. So a lot of times people say, well, I don't want to go to trainings because it costs money to go there. Well, it's kind of like going and getting a degree in college. If you want to be a professional network marketer, you're going to have to go to some of these trainings because you will have to learn how to be a great leader, a great, somebody that somebody wants to follow. You know what I mean? So the reason why I have 3,000 people in my organization that are members and business owners is because I became the type of person that people want to follow, okay? We have to put this in there. I know you're a smart person, and I know that this is probably redundant, but there's no guarantees regarding income, and we have to put that in there. It's just like a gym membership. Just because you have the gym membership doesn't mean that if you don't set foot in the gym, you're not going to get results, right? There's a million people in this world that have gym memberships, and somehow it's the gym's fault that they don't have the results that they want. I'm one of those people. So dang that gym and results. I'm just kidding. You know what I mean? So this is a business. If you want to make money, you're going to have to do the business and participate. But I will say it was the first time in my life that I've been able to put in less than 10 hours a week and start earning close to a six-figure income. Now, my wife and I were marketing directors. So as you see on this sheet here, we're marketing directors. The average income there, I'm just going to talk about the averages because I make more money than that. It just means that I was willing to play ball a little more aggressively than the next marketing director. You can earn up to $160,000 a year at that position. But the average person's making $60,000 a year. So I don't want you to get the impression that everybody's making six figures a year at that, okay? It's all based on circumstance and how much involved they are with their business. I'm full-time, so I'm gonna make more money than the part-time person. But where I like to hone in on this is, qualified representative, somebody who got their form, paid no more, and they have a business. The average person there made $1,200 or $1,300 last year. And if that's all we did, we got you on an amazing vacation. You got to go spend some time with your friends and family. You made your money back and then some. Wouldn't that be worth it? And that's what I've built my business on, is not trying to get everybody to become a millionaire with this concept like every other network marketer pitches. It's how can we add value, get you on one amazing vacation a year, maybe make a few bucks back, and over time it can grow into something that you can be proud of and that you can, participate in and have an option to maybe one day go full time. Now I will tell you, my goal is to be international marketing director. I will not stop until I am at that $500,000 a year residual income. That's just my goal. That's not everybody's goal. So when you decide to work with me, you and Samantha, you just tell me where you want to be, okay? And then we build a game plan based on that. The fine print says 20% of all people that see this information make money. That's why I say it's not for everybody, because most people you will find, they get really excited for the first 2 or 3 weeks and then they quit because maybe they had a friend that said, no, I don't want to do that or whatever. So I try to, I wouldn't say disqualify, but I let it be known that, you're going to have some long-term focus and you don't have to go, 100 miles an hour with this concept. If you can dedicate 1 to 2 hours, maybe 5 hours a week, somewhere in between there for the next 3 to 5 years, you can definitely become a marketing director with this concept and have some fun talking about travel, okay? Because that's what I did over the last 3 years. This is something that I would definitely share with some of your friends and family. This concept is about to change the world. So on the business side, this is where I'm really excited to be a part of this company, because we have a credit card that's coming out at the turn of the year. And in January, this will be a card that you can get as a Dreamtrips member. Now, when you get this card, it will load all of your current credit cards and debit cards. It will act as all of those cards in one card. Okay, it'll all be operated by our app, and it will act as if, like over here we've got King Soopers is one of our grocery stores. So we have loyalty cards at that place. This will act as if it's my loyalty card. So I'll say use King Soopers card, swipe it. Now I've used my loyalty card. Then I will say to the card or swipe on the card and say use airline miles card. And now I can start earning airline miles that I can use on the Dreamtrips website, and I can earn a commission at King Soopers because they're one of our 4,000 retailers. So not only am I earning free travel by using my airline miles card, but I'm earning free travel by getting a commission off of my groceries towards my next vacation, okay? This card is gonna be ultra secure. It will know if you're holding it or if I'm holding it, okay? Based on the oil in your skin, the biology, it will be able to read that. It also has a accelerometer. So by the way that you walk and by the way that I walk, it will judge the steps that you take, and it'll know if you're carrying the card or if I'm carrying the card. So if I'm at a restaurant and I lose my card and somebody takes it, the card can self-destruct itself in a half an hour if I make that a setting. Okay. When you book a vacation with our company, this will be your room key. So when you go to the hotel now, there's no check-in. All you have to do is go to your email or to the app. It will notify you of what room you're in, and that will be your room key from now on. So no more check-in, check-out process. Another thing that's really, really cool is each time that you swipe this card, doesn't matter if you're at Target, Best Buy, Home Depot, Lowe's, you're going to earn that commission. Here's what's really cool. If you have a friend that maybe doesn't want to become a Dreamtrips member, all right, this is how you get them in the funnel. You get them to have one of these cards. The card will probably be around $100, and then they can put everything on there. But when they go shop at one of these stores, they're going to be earning free travel. They don't even know it. They're a part of the card, but they're actually a part of Dreamtrips. Then they'll get a notification 6 months from now, and they'll say, the notification will say, you've earned $500 towards a flight, hotel, or rental car. Redeem your flight here. And then it'll say, do you want to be a retail customer or do you want to be a wholesale customer? In that moment, they can decide if they want to be a wholesale or retail Dreamtrips member. And so it puts them into a funnel because they've got free travel. So the reason why this is designed is so if you have a death in the family or you got a wedding you need to get to or a birthday, anything like that, this will make it so one day, if you don't have money in your account to do that, this is a way that we can help you earn free travel so that you can go and do those types of things. The owner of our company doesn't want people to go out or not go and do those things because they don't have money to travel. So just to recap really quick, these are the 3 different memberships. You decide what membership best fits your lifestyle. You can upgrade at any time. You can downgrade at any time. It is month to month, no long-term contracts. And on the business standpoint, we have a 90% retention rate over the last 10 years of data that if people have gone on a trip with us, we've got 90% of them stay. Okay, so that's a huge retention as well. Remember, once you get 4, you pay no more. That also works towards the business. It's $100 one time and $20 a month on top of that. So if you wanted to go with a gold membership and the business, that would be $370, $70 a month. We go get your 4, pay no more, and now you're no longer paying that $70 a month, okay? So that's what I have. That's what it's everything that I have to say. So one quick thing before, I let you ask some questions or, see how we can add value. Go ahead and write down World Ventures, not Adventures, Ventures, VENTURES. .biz, biz. Okay, when you go to that website, all of the claims of income, compensation plan, that's all available at the bottom so that you can share this with Samantha so you can look at that. So this isn't just some presentation with some made up stuff, okay? I want you to be able to go and view that. Okay?
Yeah.
So with everything being said, do you see yourself locking arms with us and adding value to people's lives with travel?
I'm not 100% sure. It does seem like a good system. I am slightly skeptical of this, probably because of past experience with friends getting involved in Amway, and it doesn't entirely seem like that. It seems like much better. Right now, I'm more inclined for the membership to be part of it and take advantage of the travel.
Absolutely.
And I do want to show this to Sam because I see that you're recording. I hope I can have access to that.
There's a conversation where me and Yoshi are trying to figure out if you guys were hopping on or not. So what I'll do is I'll get that downloaded and then I'll clip that part off of there and then I can send it over to you.
Okay. Yeah, because I definitely am interested, and I think it would be really beneficial to that side of her business. I don't know if she's gonna want to be jumping in on the business side just because that's not entirely where her focus is right now. But I do want to show this. I do want to show this to her for sure. And
Yeah,
then
absolutely.
my other question was, so Yoshi found you, and forgive me because I was introduced to him as Vincent, and I see that he has both names.
Yeah.
And so is he like under you in this? Is he on your team and that's why you're helping? I'm just trying to get a better picture, I guess, of the whole system.
Yeah, absolutely. So, I walked into a restaurant here in town called the Rio, and I ran into a young lady named Unicus. And I have a team in the business side of things. So, World Ventures is the company, Dreamtrips is the product, and then we have teams within that. And in my organization, we have a team called the Rat Pack. And the guy who's mentoring me, his name is David Townsend. He's a national marketing director. Look at the income. He's done TED Talks. He's working on his book. He's a world-renowned speaker because of this concept, okay? He makes about $245,000 a year, and he's 27 years old. When I met him, he was 24 years old, and he was living a lifestyle. Well, that's the name of his group. So I'm within his group, and I was wearing his Rat Pack. The Rat Pack stands for Retired at 20s or Residual and Traveling, whatever it is that you want to do. But we do have a bunch of 18, 19-year-olds that are traveling the world with residual income. It's absolutely amazing. But I was wearing a shirt that had that logo on there, and she goes, I prayed for you the other night, and I need to talk to you. And I said, wow, that's really powerful. And I believe in God, and I believe that he puts me in certain positions and put this business in my life for a reason, so I can mentor people that are at their last wit. Maybe they're working really hard, but they don't know how to make more money. So I can teach them how to do that. She said, I saw this concept a year ago, and I wanted to do it, but my husband told me no, and he was really upset at me that I wanted to do it. I don't care what my husband has to say, and I prayed for somebody to walk into my life that's doing World Ventures, and I wanted to be a part of it. And I said, cool, well, let's meet up. So I showed her what had changed, and she got started. About a year after that, Yoshi came into her life, and he was working as a DJ, and he had moved from somewhere in the Midwest, I guess, I want to say Iowa or Illinois, I can't remember. He said that he was living there with his mom, or he'd moved there because of his mom, and then he wanted to get back to California. And his car had broken down in Greeley, where we're at, and he wasn't able to get out of Greeley, so he started being a DJ. And he was praying for an opportunity to make some extra money. And she ran into his life. And so she shared the concept, and I went and met with him, and he said, Skyler, I don't have the money to get started. And I said, that's a bummer. I've been there before. When I was 25 years old, I was $500,000 in debt as a young business owner, and I figured out how to get out of that. And if you're willing to work with me, I'm willing to, figure out a way to get you started. And so what he did was I had a big event come up, and I don't like paying for people to get started. And the main reason why is, yes, I can do that, but if you pay for somebody to do something, they may not appreciate it as much.
Commitment.
Absolutely. You need them to have some skin in the game. But he was really ambitious. He stayed on my radar. He kept calling me back saying, I'm working on the money. I'm doing whatever I can. But, I'm basically homeless. And, I'm in a new area. I'm fresh. I'm starting fresh. And I said, well, I have an event coming up with over 300 people. We're going to take over a park for the Rat Pack. And I want to add some value to them. And since you're a DJ, how about you come DJ that? And instead of paying you cash, I'll sponsor your position. And he said, absolutely, let's do it. And so that's how we got started working together. And since then, I've been mentoring him, helped him, get some jobs, and helped him meet some people. So now he's got a good paying job, and he's doing this on the side. Once we get his feet underneath him and get him caught up on his bills, then he'll start doing this even more full time. That's what I do, is I'm here to help people grow. And that's how I met him. He was a complete stranger that walked into my life, and he was absolutely thrilled and in awe that a complete stranger said, man, I'll help you. And that's what I do. And I believe that's what God put me on this planet for. He gave me a backbone, and he gave me the wisdom in business to help other people. And I think that if I didn't do that, I'd be wasting my talent. And so that's what I'm here for. The travel is fun. The money that I've made is fun, being able to live a lifestyle. But at the end of the day, what really gets me, fulfilled and keeps me going is when somebody like Yoshi a year from now is standing on stage at one of our trainings for a rank, and he looks me in the eye and says, because of you, my life is so much better. And that's what I thrive off of. I've actually retired 3 of my friends because of this concept. And I've actually witnessed that, where they've stood on stage in front of 16,000 people and said, thank you, Skyler, for introducing this concept. Without you, I don't know where I'd be today. And, not everybody's at that point in their life, but, I figured as a business person, what would it hurt? What's an extra $300 to go build a residual income for a plan B, C, D, or F? You know what I mean? I've always been taught by my mentors to have more than one income stream. You never know what's going to happen. So I thought this would be a fun one to have. And again, I never knew I'd have that much impact on people.